All right, Gamescom, Xbox, Dan, every single time. And I'm not going to say it's never a pleasure. It's amazing to see. How are you, sir? How's this Gamescom for you?
I'm doing well. Gamescom has only just begun, but it's honestly, we love seeing our fans. And so whether it's E3 or Gamescom or recently China Joy over in China, actually, interacting with the fans, seeing their passion for cars, their passion for games, that's what keeps us charged to make the best games we can.
Now, Forza 5 came out last year, obviously, with the launch of Xbox One. You're back on stage to announce these new cars. Are we going to get to a point where it's 2019, 2020, and you're still going to be... Will we ever reach a point when you feel like, I've got all the cars I want in Forza 5?
Honestly, we've only just scratched the surface of the types of features we want to do, and we've seen a real change in the industry, car industry, gaming industry over the last 10 years that I've been working on Forza. I don't see that change stopping. So we've seen the rise of the gamer, the rise of esports. Now gamers are actually buying cars in droves. And so 10 years ago, the automotive market was like, yeah, we'll put our cars in games, it's a licensing fee. Now, car companies are coming to us and saying, we want to have your car in our game. We want to reach a new audience. So we've seen a radical change in how the industries coexist with each other. I don't think that's going to go away. I think it's just going to keep evolving. And my goal is that Forza can be on the vanguard of bringing gamers and car culture together in whatever it's going to be in 2020 or 2025.
And that includes Rolls Royce. How pumped are you to get that in the game?
Rolls Royce is awesome. So I've been working in the car games for a long time. I mean, I worked with Bizarre Creations on PGR. I worked on Midtown Madness back in the day. Never had Rolls Royce. Always wanted Rolls Royce. And it just happened. I wish I could say it was this long, contracted, drawn-out thing. It just, the stars aligned. They were looking to showcase their amazing new car, the Wraith. And Forza Motorsport has the Forza Vista feature where you can really get inside and look at the car. And that really plays to the strengths of the Wraith and Rolls-Royce in general, that the craftsmanship, the incredible build quality. So honestly, in a sense, we'd kind of given up. So we'd asked and asked and asked, and we decided to ask again anyway.
One last time.
In a sense, right? And the answer was yes.
You feel like that partly because of Forza's presence as the premier racing series on console now? I mean, you guys are doing stuff that no other racing series has been doing or able to do. I mean, do you think that sort of seal of quality almost has swayed heads over at Rolls-Royce?
I think it was really... I'm not going to get into some sort of larger existential side of it, but I do believe that Forza Vista actually played a big part. That level of detail, the incredible level of detail where you can get right up close and see, even the imperfections of the car, that level of craftsmanship, I think, has gotten the attention of a lot of execs in the car industry and has sort of changed the rules of the game of what they think a game should be. Is a game just about thrashing their car, using it as a weapon or a tool? And we've made a clear statement in Forza Motorsport 5 and even in Forza Horizon that no, cars are something to be loved. They're something to be explored with your friends. Have a good time.
Well, talking about Horizon 2, how do you see the two franchises coexisting? Because obviously with the announcements of the Gamescom presentation, you're still putting out content for Forza 5. Forza Horizon 2 is around the corner, and we're imagining there'll be more content for that. So how do you see the two balancing?
I wish I knew. No, if I'm honest, this is really about having two series underneath one larger franchise that has one singular vision. I've said it a lot. I know it's embarrassing. Gamers into car lovers into gamers. But it's obvious when you look at this, it's like a left-right punch, that there's different qualities that each game has. One is about precision and accuracy. It's incredibly detailed. And the other one's about freedom and fun and exploration. So I think they don't necessarily appeal to different gamers, but they appeal to people who love games and love cars in different ways. So as far as how they're going to coexist, I believe right now they coexist very nicely. There are players that are going to play both. There are players that are going to pick a side. And for me, it's a win either way because we're getting more people into games and cars. I've kind of gotten out of, is it about our game and this game? And it just doesn't drive me to work every day. What gets me excited to come in and really push our team to work harder is making a difference in car culture and gaming culture more broadly. And I feel really great about Horizon. The rain, it's fun to drive. The hypercars really come to life. It's just a blast.
Well, we've seen the Drivatar aspect of Forza 5 make its way into Horizon 2. But on the flip side of that, how do you guys approach the cars and the car handling on Horizon 2? Is there a fundamental difference there than from Forza 5?
What you're seeing with Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon is two world-class dev teams working on the same code base. And they tweak the code bases for the vision of the individual series, but the underlying code base is the same. And this is really when teams can get incredibly strong, because we can build on each other's work, stand on the shoulders of giants in a sense, or stand on the shoulders of our past at least, right? Well, when it comes to Drivatar, it crosses over, as you said. So Forza Motorsport 5 had it. It got better in Forza Horizon in that it's now in the open world. You can follow your friends to secrets and see some cool things. The physics between the two games are, believe it or not, basically exactly the same. The difference is in Horizon it's been tuned to be more drivable at high speeds, more driftable. Some of that is done with mechanical tuning, so sway bar, suspension settings and stuff in the normal physics system that you would drive in Forza 5. Some of it's done with just an extra layer of grip that's given to the cars so that they can really take high-speed corners. But we didn't want to add a lot of grip because it'll numb the car, so we only added a small amount, just enough that you can wind on those corners and the Mediterranean on your side and really drift a hypercar around. So we've really tried to escape the idea of there's sim and there's arcade and what have you. It's really about the fun of just hooning it up on the open road.
Well, how are you now for your sort of day-to-day work ethic, your day-to-day work schedule? I mean, it's more just a general overview with what the guys at Playground are doing. I mean, how hands-on are you with the project at the moment?
I don't know how someone else would do my job. It's very tailored to my own strengths and skills, as anyone would, right? So a big part of my job is thinking long-term about where I want us to be as a part of car culture and gaming culture, and in trying to inspire both teams to come up with new ideas that'll get us to that place. What's the next step forward? But at the same time, I love physics, and I love cars. And so some days, probably much to the chagrin of the teams, I dive in and I'm just really interested in getting my hands on the haptics, or what are we doing in tires now? How's our pipeline working in this aspect of cars? So it really has to do with what I like to do. So I sound like a spoiled brat. I'm sorry for that. I think
you're allowed to do what you want at this point in your career. Come on.
Well, I appreciate that. I would say that my role, though, where I actually add the most value is talking to both teams about a larger vision and keeping them inspired in hard days as well. I mean, sometimes game development can be a lot of work, and I know it's a dream job for many people, and it's a great job. But at the same time, it can be hard, and keep people excited about, hey, we're not just making code, we're not just making content, we're trying to make a difference in car culture and gaming culture. We're not solving world hunger, I'm not trying to say that, but it's that passion that gets you to be excited about working in this industry.
Question then, whether it be on Forza 5 or Forza Horizon 2, who's the better racing team, Playground or Turn 10?
You mean as far as how skillful they are at driving cars?
Yeah, if we set the two teams up against each other in one of the games.
That's a great question. We have some
What's the diplomatic answer?
We have some tremendous drivers on both teams. In fact, one of them is here. Andy from Playground is here, and he is one of the fastest drivers in Forza Motorsport 5. He's an incredible driver in Horizon, obviously. But when we introduced the Nürburgring in Forza Motorsport 5, he was one of the people benchmarking how fast it could be done, and that's the level of integration these teams have. Christian Gerges, he's one of the developers at Turn 10. He's another one of the fast drivers. So what I love is just watching those two in particular go head-to-head. They're very fast, they're very competitive, but I try not to pick sides because honestly they're much faster than me, and so I'm in wonder of their skill.
I've got a funny feeling we're going to find Andy later on, ask him that same question, see what the response is. But listen, it's always a pleasure talking to you. See you next year at E3?
Most likely.